Oh, we are live. There we go. Okay. I tried to do this broadcast just a minute ago. It seems that some stuff wasn't working. But yeah, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna do it live. Okay. We're gonna do it live again and see how things go. Well, hey, how's everyone doing? Hope you are doing well. I'm coming at you from Longchang, Sichuan, China. This is a town, a small town, a few 100,000 people out in southeast Sichuan near the Sichuan-Chongqing border. And we are going to be looking at the farmers market today because this is an integral part of Chinese people's lives, and especially in a small town like this, a small town like Longchang, people's lives revolve around buying things daily, buying their vegetables, their meats, their fruits daily. So that's what we're going to be doing, and also because the Spring Festival is the day after tomorrow. The Spring Festival, aka the Chinese New Year, is happening the day after tomorrow. So the people who have been able to come back to Longchang or to come back to their hometowns, these small towns, they have already come back. There's only a couple of days until the biggest festival in China happens. So as we go through this long street outside and see all of these stalls, see all these people, you'll be able to see, man, these small towns are bumping. There's so many people out and about buying their stuff for the new year. So let's go ahead and get into it. We've got a few people tuning in. Thank you for watching. I'm happy that you're here. We got 5 people in. So why don't you start leaving some comments? Leave some comments, and we'll go ahead and get started. There's not very many people around me, so I'll put the mask down. But generally speaking, like the mask situation, they're about half masked, half unmasked. But as I flip the camera around, I'm going to just throw the mask on, and we'll get right into everyone's, everyone's daily purchases. Have I been to a wet market? Says Haruto. I've not been to one today, but I go to wet markets all the time. It's a massive part of life here in China. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, people purchase things daily here, especially in these small towns. People will go out and buy their vegetables every single day. Maybe not meat. They'll buy meat for a few days at a time, but generally speaking, a lot of vegetables are bought daily because of the freshness. Hey, Arthur, how's life? There we go. What, like bread and jam? No, I'm talking about their vegetables. Like, see, like behind me, we've got this stand where you've got the onions, you've got radishes, you've got potatoes and tomatoes and some other stuff. These sorts of things are bought daily. So yeah, nice to see you guys. And yeah, let me flip the camera around and we'll just start our journey. All right, so I have to go to settings, then I go to camera, and then I press this thingy, I press that thingy, and then bam, we are off to the races. I won't be able to see your comments while we're doing this, so I'll check back in every now and then for the comments. So here, let me do that. Let's get started. Bam. And there it is. There it is. So you can see, actually, this street is dedicated to this farmer's market right here, because as you see, if we look at each individual stall, see their uniform, right? They're these steel boxes right here, and then it's got the name of the association, and it's got the address right here and the stall number. This is a stall number 13, and this is stall number 15, stall number 17, et cetera, and then the even numbers are over here, 14, 16, 12, et cetera. So I am here at the beginning of the market. If you look up there, the people are checking to make sure that the people who are coming in have a clean health code, coming from low risk areas. And then, yeah, let's get into it. And another sign that this is a dedicated market street is actually here on the road. So you see that all these vegetables are lined up on this road, and there's actually a box painted right here on the street. It's not the dividing line for the traffic, it's for people to put their vegetables on, which is pretty cool. Just pretty cool. So this street is well known. This is, as far as I know, the biggest not wet market. This is the biggest vegetable market, farmers market here in Longchang. So Longchang's it's a town of, I think in the town itself, there's maybe 300,000 people, maybe 400,000, which is tiny by Chinese standards. But the surrounding area is tabulated at about like 750,000, something like that. But that's including all the suburbs, all the little villages that belong to Longchang. because smaller villages belong to larger towns, and those larger towns might be classified as counties, and counties belong to cities. So the way population is counted in China is a little bit different here. So yeah, there we go. So we got some spicy peppers, we got some ginger. Okay, we've got some snow peas and some root things. I'm not sure what that is. We've got some more peppers right here, different kinds of green peppers. These are the spicier ones, and these are just generally for color, a little bit of flavor. So there you go. We've got some squash going on here. There you go. Looks good. Looks good. Let's keep going. Yeah, we can keep going. This is a long. And as far as are these organic or not, these are probably not organic. You can buy organic foods here in China. It's not that big of a problem. It's harder to they're harder to find for sure. But you can definitely buy them. But these are probably not going to be organic. Let's see. And yeah, that's right. That's right. So these street markets are encouraged actually recently. This has always been here. This particular market's always been here. But yeah, as far as like particular like lone street vendors and things, they have been encouraged. So just the ones that randomly set up shop, the ones that are on like tuk-tuks, those have been encouraged since the pandemic to encourage the economy. So we got some noodles right there. Got some noodles, a bunch of ginger. Look at all that ginger. Yeah, and you can see. So we have these little two-seater cars and e-bikes come rolling through here. There used to be full-size cars that would come through the street, but not so much anymore because it caused such bad traffic issues. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, this is it's our gun. So it's it's also called Yuxing Tao in Mandarin. Nasty stuff. We got some meat. We got some meat. Yeah, fantastic. I get some meat. So this is beef, and then there's lamb over there. And so it's a lot of the same sort of stuff. So we've got more lamb hanging up over there. There we go. There we go. Frank, hi. Yeah, hi. Hi, Frank. Yeah. Have things been getting cleaner over the past few years? So I would say yes. Things have been getting cleaner over the past few years. Like, so you see all these like uniform stalls, and then the paint on the street right here and right here. This, even when I started coming to Longchang maybe 7 years ago, when me and my wife began dating, these were not here. These little demarcations and these uniform stalls, it was just anybody who had a tuk-tuk, anybody who just wanted to set up a blanket and had vegetables, they could do that. And so it was kind of crazy, but they have actually cleaned this up with these boxes and with these demarcations. It's a lot easier to walk through this street than it used to be, actually. Yeah, so they actually have, generally speaking, done a really good job of cleaning things up here in China over the past few years. Although it has come sort of at a cost, because I noticed, and I had some extensive conversations with Trevor James, the food ranger, about this sort of thing, and that is hold on, here we go. And that, yeah, China's been going through these efforts to clean up its act and to quote unquote be more civilized, at the cost of no more street food. I remember talking to Trevor a long time ago. Let's get off the main road. Talking to Trevor a while back, and him saying that it was getting harder and harder and harder for him to make these street food videos. It's a big part of his brand. Harder and harder to make these things in China. Hey, because the government was trying to clean everything up. And it's been really nice since COVID sort of ended that, yeah, now they're back out again. So it's a sort of like give and take. It changes over time. But at least in this sort of situation with street markets and farmers markets, it's fantastic. I love it. Here, let me get back to a couple comments, and then we'll here we go. Do they have street cleaning crews with pressure washers as well? They do. Yeah, that's absolutely a thing. Pretty much every city, every town is going to have that. That's all over the place. It's not unique to big cities or anything. My father-in-law actually used to drive one of those pressure washing cars that would clean up the street every day. That used to be his job. Let's see. Are you aware that you're in the area of the Shu Han territory? Yes. Yeah, that's so the Shu kingdom is a thing. It was a separate kingdom way back in the day, back in Chinese history. It was its own distinct culture. It was its own distinct, political system and kind of civilization, and it got sort of incorporated into, the broader Chinese, into the Chinese system. But yeah, if you live in Chengdu and don't know about that Shu kingdom history, then you're not living in Chengdu. You're not living in Sichuan because it's everywhere. Like even the name of my neighborhood has the word Shu in it. Like it's oh my god, that car is so annoying. So as far as the specifics of the history, I don't know too many specifics of the history, but I do know, I am aware of the fact that it was a thing. So here, let me flip this back around and then give you the street view again. So settings, camera, and then facing back. There we go. Bam. All right, we're going. We're going. Okay. So we've gone through a big chunk of the street right here. We've gone through a big chunk of the street. So this is jackfruit right here. It's called bolo mi in Chinese. And it's sort of like durian. If you don't like durian or if durian is too much for you, this is a great way to get into that sort of flavor. It's very reminiscent of durian, but not quite so strong. It even looks a little bit like durian. It's not quite so spiky, but it's the same sort of thing. Again, like I said, if durian's a bit too much, it's a good entry point. So bolo mi or jackfruit is what you want. Whew, okay, so let's see. Yeah, so at the end of this block right here is where the end of the market is. So here, I noticed that we're more into the fruit territory. So we've got some dragon fruit right here. Love dragon fruit. Love it. Okay, so here, let's see. Okay, so we've got some, whoop, hold on. Okay, there we go. And yeah, look at this. So we've got some cantaloupe, we've got kiwi, we've got grapes, we've got, this is maybe one that you don't have in where you're from. This is called Siguar in Sichuan. It's called Siguar. It's a really nice light thing. This is what it looks like when it's peeled. And it's just a nice little fruit. It's hard to describe what it is. It's almost like a jicama kind of thing. But it's good. Yeah, so we've got a few different types of oranges. Right now is orange season in China, or at least in Sichuan. So we've got these normal little tangerines, and these right here are called papagan, which is it's like soft. So pa in Sichuan means soft. So they're soft oranges. They're pretty ugly, but they're super, super, super sweet. Love it. Love it. Okay, so I think we're about done with the market here. So I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go back into the main part of the market for you guys to see. Yeah, hey, people shouting hello at me. This is one of the weird things about doing this sort of thing. Is that when you've got I've got this on a selfie stick, I've got a microphone, and it's very obvious that I am me, I guess, because this is a small town. It's a small town, and I am sort of the foreigner in this town. Pretty much everyone has seen me at some point in the last 7 years that I've come here. So when I come back to Longchang, I immediately feel like a foreigner again because people are shouting hello at me, or they're waving, they're trying to take pictures of me or with me, things like that. And hey, that's just part of the deal, right? When you're in a small town in China, that is just part of the deal. But yeah, so now we're getting back into the market. I actually see Crystal. I see my wife and father-in-law. I'll put the mask on as I go back into the street. There they are. You can see them. So there's Crystal in the pink jacket. There we go. Oh, Sugar. Yeah. There you go. There's Dad. All right. There we go. Take a door, Cheney, Jean. Oh, okay. All right. There we go. Yeah, the quality of the fruit does look great, actually. Yeah, it is. It is brought in every day, pretty much. Like it's brought in every day or every couple of days from the countryside, and you can just tell. You can just tell. I mean, just look at these. So these are called guiyuan right here. Called guiyuan. It's like a lychee, basically. It's like a lychee. It's a clear, soft, very sweet fruit. Um, sort of, it's hard to even describe. I don't know, like a blueberry and a raspberry, but not nearly as strong. It's not cloying. You can eat a bunch of these, but I mean, just look at the branch. You can see that it's been freshly cut, freshly taken. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Let's see. I don't think foreigners can survive if they don't have a Chinese spouse. I disagree. I disagree. I got along in China without a foreign spouse, without a foreign girlfriend for a while, and it's fine. Oh, it got blood oranges. Okay, yeah. So these are 2 kwai, 2 yuan for a jean or a pound. So there you go. I disagree. I do think life is easier with a foreign spouse or with a Chinese spouse, but it's definitely not a necessity. Like the thing that a Chinese spouse does for you, I mean, besides love and all that sort of thing, is that they will help you with navigating with your language. So the way to get around that is just learn some Chinese. Chinese is not nearly as difficult as people say it is. I really just, in terms of daily life Chinese, I don't think Chinese is that difficult to learn, at least for your daily necessities. So there we go. Oh, there we go. So we've got some garlic shoots right here. These are really great. It's called swan tai. So you make a really good one with sliced pork. It's called swan tai chow rou, or like strips of pork. Really, really nice. Swan tai chow rou is very, very good. Um, so yeah, some things that you might not see in back home. So yeah, like you won't see people selling noodles like this kind of noodles just in open packages like this. That's just not a thing. You buy them in nice, neat little package thing, whereas like these would have been made within the last few days, and they're relatively fresh, probably, and they're from the area. They are from this area. They're locally made, which is great. Um, let's see. Let's see what else we got here. So yeah, these peppers here. These are local Sichuan peppers. They're called xiaomi la, and they're really nice. Like the little red pepper. Oh, it's great. It's used in basically every sort of Sichuan dish, whether it's been dried or it's fresh, fried in with all sorts of stuff. So let's see. Let's see. Are they selling gift boxes of premium fruit? You know it, man. You know it. They're absolutely selling that stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, that's another thing that happens during Spring Festival or any like kind of Chinese holiday, is that these gift sets, these gift boxes will start being sold. If I see any, I'll walk over there. But usually you will see those gift sets in the supermarkets. You don't generally see them at the farmers markets, because supermarkets and farmers markets are sort of a different niche, and at a different price point. People come to these types of markets because it's cheap and the freshness is there. That's why they come to these. But if you're going to a supermarket, you're going there because it might be really, really convenient. It's really quick, and you can find those sorts of gift sets there. So yeah, you don't. Is this guy following me? I don't know what's going on. He's fascinated by what I'm doing. But yeah, you will see those all over the place. And yeah, how's my Chinese? My Chinese is fine. I am actually going to start studying for the HSK. That's the Hanyu Shuiping Kaoshi, the Chinese proficiency exam. I'm going to start studying level 6, which at the moment is the highest level. I've got the level 5, which is like 3,000 words. are 3,000 characters. It's sort of it's a good level to be at. But yeah, I'll be doing level 6. That will be one of my goals this year, is to take the HSK 6. We don't know how it goes. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, well, hey, thanks for the kind words, Christopher. I mean, I'm glad that this is, I can show you a little bit of the China that you love. Just, this is the salt of the earth China. This is the China where there's no pretentiousness. There's no kind of pretending. There's none of that like showing off kind of nature. This is just like it is what it is. Salt of the earth kind of people. In Chinese, there's a thing, I don't know exactly how it's used, but there's a or I guess I don't, well, let me tell you first. There's something called pu shi in Chinese, which is like putong and chengshi, which means like common and honest. So you put common and honest together into this phrase, pusher, this word pusher, and that describes a lot of places. Like I first heard it described, I first heard it used to describe people in Gansu and life in Gansu. Like people in Gansu, they're common, but they're honest, and it was used in a very positive way. I don't know if that particular usage or that connotation has changed over the years, but that is how I feel about life here in Longchang. So, 不是抖音，是但是差不多吧. He's asking, am I streaming on TikTok? I said, not TikTok, but it's something kind of similar. So here, let me get over here. Let me get over. Okay. All right. Ooh, Zhangfei. Yeah, Zhangfei Niu Rou. So Zhangfei is it's a brand of beef. Like they make like beef jerky and all sorts of beef products. I don't know what this is. And Liu Bei sounds familiar. I think he was some sort of politician or a general, right? So here. I do not have children, and I'm not on TikTok. So those are those two questions. Let me flip this back around, give you a little bit of a view, and then we'll keep going. I see why Jerry does these live streams. I get it, because they're so freeing. You can just show up to a place with your phone and a selfie stick and a microphone that fits in your pocket, and then you can just make content. Like you don't have to edit, you don't have to worry about the colors, you don't have to worry about the montages, the transitions. Oh, this is really great right here. This right here, Yo Tai. It's like almost like a cousin of bok choy kind of thing. Although I guess different places in China have different names for this. But yeah, it's like a cousin of bok choy and lettuce. It's really nice. Just fried up with a little garlic. Good stuff. But yeah, God, I love these little live streams. Since StreamYard did their update, we're selling chicken, selling ducks. Very common thing. There's a place just down here that I call Chicken Duck Street. That Spring Festival always has like hundreds of ducks and chickens and stuff for sale. It might be a little bit too late to see the bulk of it, like see it in its heyday, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll check it out. Ah, that's right. Yes, that's right. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Well, thanks, Arthur. Yeah, I love the live streams too, man. It's just so liberating. It's so much easier than actually making a video. So here we've got some like tofu, and we've got some beans that are used in spices. So these are Sichuan peppercorns called huajiao right there, and then huajiao mian. Some little, this looks like a type of garlic. I'm not familiar with this type of garlic. Huh. And then some rice noodles right there. Very, very good, very good. So yeah, let's keep going. Ordinary life. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. This is the ordinary life here in China. We're not in a big city. We're not in Beijing. We're not in Shanghai. We're not in Guangzhou. We're not in Chengdu. This is like semi-deep China. It's you can get here by the Gaotie, by the high-speed rail, but there's no international stuff here. There's no KFC, there's no McDonald's, there's no Starbucks, there's no, like, this is just ordinary Chinese people living their lives. Okay, there's no, there's no pretension. It's just it's so great to get out of Chengdu and just kind of reset, get back to brass tacks. You know, let's get back to basics. That's what I like to think my channel is about. I just want to show what China is like, at least my part of China. I don't like generalizing and saying like this is all of China because it's not. You know, things are set up differently in different places. Attitudes vary, culture varies throughout different provinces, and language varies certainly um, throughout the provinces. So yeah. Oh, they're back. Okay. So where are we going?
I think we can go home now.
Can,
We
go,
have
can we check
another.
out Chicken Duck Street? Is that still a thing? Okay.
Yeah, but going back here, they need you scan the QR code again.
To go back in there? Are we going to go back in there?
No, but I mean, if
Oh,
you want.
now let's go back there and we can work our way back. Yeah, we can work our way back. No Starbucks. Oh my God. Yep, no Starbucks. Oh my God. Yeah. So yeah, it's hard to even get coffee in this town. There is a Deco's here that has coffee, and there's one or two other shops in this town that have coffee. But hey, yeah, but yeah, it's hard to find here. It's just it's this is more of a tea place. It's more of a tea place. So there you go. Let's see. My local and street markets seem cleaner, more organized since. Yeah, basically, yeah. Everything's a lot more organized. I could spend an hour in the market. Yeah, I mean, sure, absolutely. Wait, okay, I don't know where we're going. I'm just gonna follow, follow the wife and stuff. Okay, just follow them. That's right. That's right, as Jason would say. Jason is his channel has really changed over the years. He used to have the most strange, wacky, unique content, but although now it's kind of more of the same. But I still love him though. I'm a big fan. I don't even know what this means, but okay. So let's take a look at the street here. This is something that separates small towns in Sichuan, probably through most of China, really. But I'm definitely going to say Sichuan. It separates small towns in Sichuan from big towns, and that is the tree cover. The tree cover. So you'll have these wide sidewalks like this, the shops and all that, and then everything else will be covered with trees like this. It forms a little envelope right here. Uh, one of my uh, one of my friends who is a city planner used to always call it the envelope because it funnels traffic this way in a way that's pleasing to the eye. And it also creates another envelope right here where it creates an avenue, a distinct avenue uh, for people to focus on. It drives their direction down. And you'll see this a lot in small towns in Sichuan, basically everyone. But in Chengdu, you don't get this tree cover. There might be some small trees and maybe some big ones, but it doesn't cover the street. It doesn't cover the street, which is what it does in these small towns, because the roads are just not big enough, and they sort of just let the trees just go. They're not as tightly manicured as they are in bigger towns. So well, there you go. Gongzheng. Very cool. So there we go. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I cannot imagine getting stuck outside of China at this time. It would just, I mean, or just getting stuck outside of China because I had a close call when I was back in the USA. Um, I hold on. Yeah, when I was back in the USA earlier this year, um, I nearly I nearly got stuck. Uh, I came back to China February 28th, and they closed the borders on like March 3rd or something. And whenever I was trying to get my flight back into China, they were canceling all the flights. They canceled two, three, four of my flights in a row. I would book one, they'd cancel it, I'd book one, and they cancel it, and book one. And I very nearly missed getting back in here. And I don't know what I would have done if I had been stuck in the US for an entire year. I have no idea what would have happened. So I am very grateful that and I'm very grateful that I was lucky enough to to be able to come back. Absolutely, it's been a tough year or so for people. So yeah, there's naicha, there's milk tea. It tastes better than an americano. Well, I mean, it depends what you like, right? I do love a good americano, man. I love americanos. It's something that I grew to love while I was doing keto, especially. Um, whoa, this something not good is happening. But yeah, I grew to love Americanos. But yeah, naicha milk tea is something great. Um, let's see. Well, yeah, we do have green trees. Yeah, it's minus 27 Celsius. Oh, that sounds horrible. Um, no, it's what is it? It's probably 12 or 15 degrees Celsius here. It's in the 50s, I would say. Yeah, it's very comfortable. I don't need to be wearing this down jacket. A lot of people are just wearing kind of spring jackets already because the weather pretty much has turned. The weather has turned. It's spring now. It's not winter anymore. So, and this is a good little comment here. And I think I might agree. A lot of coffee in China is better than coffee in the U.S. And it I don't want to mention he who must not be named in the China blogging community, but Serpent ZA a while back, a long time ago, made a video about coffee in China and how coffee was better here than when he visited the USA because they're because well, one, just look at the rule of numbers for one thing. You will have way more coffee shops just because of the nature of the population. Like you have a city like Shenzhen, a city that's known for being on the cutting edge, and a city that's known for adopting new things and pursuing this international image. And then you have millions upon millions and millions of people who all sort of have that attitude. You're going to get a ton of coffee shops. And also because it's on the cutting edge, they're going to look for ways to up their game. Whereas, and also coffee being a status symbol. Going to Starbucks is sort of a status symbol by a certain, among a certain demographic. You'll see people like showing off the fact that they went to Starbucks. Ooh. Whereas in the USA, coffee is just the sort of thing that you grab on the way to work. You don't think about it. People don't really take pride in their coffee in the USA for the most part. There are certain specialty coffee shops in the USA that take pride in it, but uh, vast majority, nah. Whereas I find in China, it's very easy to get a really good cup of coffee. Very easy to get a really good cup of coffee. Whereas back in my hometown, there's like one, maybe two places I could go that I can think of where I could get a really good cup of coffee. Whereas in Chengdu, I can think of 15 or 20 where I could get a really good cup of coffee. So, yeah, I mean, and yeah, just like I thought. Yeah, but I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. I thought that video was completely correct, at least in my memory. This was before he went off and did all that other stuff. So, oh, okay, Bruce and Shaman, what's going on, Bruce? Bruce, I think he started up his own channel. I remember he wants to give some tours around Xiamen and start up a little vlog over on his site. He's part of one of my WeChat groups, and yeah, good fellow. Was it? Oh, okay. Cherries. This is some of my cherries. Yeah, 20 块. 20块一盒吗? Oh, okay. We're gonna get some cherries. Cherries are on sale these days. So here. So yeah. Okay. But anyway, yeah. Hope you're doing well, Bruce. Hope you're doing well. There you go. Okay. All right. Let's go. So here, let me flip this around. Okay. Let's flip this camera around. We'll give you the street view once again. I like jumping back and forth like this. It's kind of fun because people get tired of seeing my face. So what's happening now is we're coming out of kind of the older district of Longchang, the older part of Longchang with all of the trees and the envelope, as I've talked about. We're coming out of that. What the heck is this? Oh, this is a drink shop. I just saw that font and it really struck me. So we're coming out of the older area of Longchang and getting into sort of the, I don't want to say new area, because the newer area, we'll say. It's a little bit more open. The trees are kind of fewer. They're more tightly manicured. You can see the change. The street gets a little bigger. You'll see how it's a little bit different here in a second when we get to the intersection. So, but yeah, that was the vegetable market, and that was the older part of Longchang. We've had a little bit of a talk, and I'll give you maybe 5 more minutes, and then we will end the stream. So, if you've enjoyed it, click like, definitely click like, and any last minute questions or comments, leave them in. Like I said, when we hit about 45 minutes, then I'll go ahead and end the stream. All right. Here we go. So now you can see immediately it's opened up. It's opened up. Bigger road, newer road. Okay, crosswalks everywhere. Whereas in the older part behind us, it was just kind of you walk across the street whenever you want to, or wherever you want to. And then here, so you can see that that pagoda in the distance, that tower. It's not a pagoda, it's a tower. What is a pagoda even? You can see that in the distance. We might go check that out in another day. And we are heading out. So here's the what is this? Longchang Shi. Oh, so this is the government building. So here, let's maybe not film the government building. I could get in trouble. And we're going this way. And over to the left is the court. So there's the court over there, the city court. And yeah, and if we go up here, we'll get to Lianfeng Park, which is next to where my wife lives. Whoop. Whoa, what? I didn't mean to click that, but let's see. If you want to learn English, try this channel. Okay. I don't know that channel, but great. Okay. But great. Okay. Is there any Burger King of Dairy Queen? No, there's not. There's none of that here in Longchang, unfortunately, or I guess fortunately. I try not to eat that really nasty fast food. Just you never. I mean, you always feel happy when you're eating it, but afterwards you tend to pay the consequences. So yeah, there we go. We're gonna walk out just a little bit. Yeah, so you can definitely see the difference between this street and then what we just came from. Big difference. Oh, right. And I was pointing out in Chengdu in my previous live stream how they hang up the lanterns on every post. They do that in Longchang too. They do that all over Sichuan and pretty much all over China. They're going to hang it up these spring festival, these red lanterns all over the place. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Bruce chiming in about Xiamen. Great. Yeah. Particularly in older areas, right, Bruce? Like probably in the older areas, they will be overhanging the street. There's some streets like that in Chengdu as well. If you go up to North Chengdu is the older part of the city. You'll see streets like that, and it just feels like when I see that stuff, I feel right at home. I love those. I love those overhangs. It's great. So yeah, we got a couple of. Let's see. Are there temples or shrines in Longchang? It's a good question. I think I've seen a couple of like folk shrines. There's a place called Yunding Jai, which is like it's an ancient village or an ancient like town that was built on top of a mountain. I may have made a video about this. I can't remember. It was built on top of a mountain, and there was one family that owned the entire like mountain and surrounding area, and like this baron like built a wall around his place and around his immediate family and stuff, and he had his own private army and this and that. And I feel like when I was up there, seeing that particular place, I think I saw a couple of like folk shrines, but I cannot remember. I don't think in Longchang I cannot remember any of those. So yep. Yeah, plenty of tree-lined streets in Old Guangzhou. Exactly, Old Guangzhou, Old Chengdu, old older Shanghai is like that too. Yeah, older. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's yeah, when you get into the newer kind of side of Chinese cities, it tends to look a bit like this, where you've got trees. Sure, trees line the streets, but they don't overhang because the roads are really, really broad. They're really, really wide. They're meant for cars. Whereas the older places, this is Lianfeng Park behind me. The older places were built when people were walking, or they were riding bicycles. Like they weren't meant to drive on. This is one of the reasons why Chinese traffic is so bad. Just like a lot of the streets were built before cars were even thought of. So, yep. How far is this where you live? Longchang is, it's about 45 minutes on the train, something like that. 45 minutes on the train. It used to take about 3 or 4 hours by bus to get there from Chengdu. But yeah, it's about 45 minutes on the train, and then another 30 minutes from the train station to where my folks live. So there you go. All right. Well, it's been a fun stream. Oh, there are shrines. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. Sorry. Well, this has been fun. I've enjoyed this. It's been a good time talking with you guys. We're hitting 46 minutes. We're getting close to home. I think I will say goodbye. Please click that like button. I would really appreciate that. Analytics, play that YouTube game, blah blah blah. Become a channel member. Throw in a super chat. All that sort, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So and Patreon and whatever else. So thank you all very much for watching. I guess I will see you all next time. Goodbye.